You're watching Capitol View, Sunday morning talk focused on the political scene in Arkansas.
Welcome back. I am joined now by KARK and Fox 16 Capitol reporters Samantha Boyd, Andrew Epperson. You guys have been doing a great job this session. I wanted to get you guys on the desk and say thank you for being excellent at your work.
Excellent's a strong word, but we do appreciate being here.
We learned from you. We're glad to be here with you, the icon.
It's been a difficult. What's it been like for you guys keeping up with the thousands of bills that are out there, the daily beat reporting, a new administration? It's been kind of a drinking from a fire hose, Andrew.
Oh, it's been crazy from the very beginning, and that's kind of what all of us, I would say, expected coming into it this session. But even starting in the special session, you know, there were things that were being talked about that they said, well, we'll get to this in the general session. They certainly have done that, and as you said, they've done a lot more, and it's been crazy. It doesn't sound like it's going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, what's it been like for you, Samantha?
I would say the same. I've really focused a lot on kind of a few bills and just every stop that they make through the legislature. I feel like you cover every day kind of a new bill while also following some of the same stuff as me, while I kind of following a few of the same things every time. So I've been able to a little more focus on just a few things and not have to learn even as much as you. But with what I have covered, I mean, there's just always a story.
Yeah.
Even with the same bill.
Yeah.
Always a story.
I think one of the things I've really liked about both of y'all's coverage is that you have you've gone and found some voices beyond just the elected officials, because it's the people that it's whose lives are being impacted by a lot of the bills that you've been covering. That's one of the things I really want to point out to people. You need to keep up with Andrew and Samantha on a daily basis. So what about the LEARNS bill? What's been most interesting to you to cover on the LEARNS Act?
I think just what you mentioned, I've talked to a lot of people outside of the legislature. Of course, every time we'll talk to a lawmaker who is for or against it, but I talked to teachers a ton. It kind of just fell in my lap at the beginning. I was talking to a teacher about teacher raises, I guess before even the session started, because they wanted that to be on the agenda in the special session. And next thing I know, she's kind of connecting me once the session starts with more and more teachers. And then you get to the Capitol every day, and if anything with the LEARNS Act was on the agenda, I mean, there were hundreds of teachers, often. Like one meeting, I think it was Senate Education Committee meeting, when LEARNS Act was on it, and I couldn't even get in because there were so many teachers there. And it's just been incredible to me to see people really taking a stand, having a voice. You know, I have not been around doing this forever. I'm young, but I've never noticed how many people have been coming to the Capitol really trying to speak out on stuff and, you know, have a voice on it.
What about you, Andrew?
I haven't necessarily been surprised about everything that was in the LEARNS bill or the public interest even that's been in it. Once the bill was, you know, filed and we got to see the 144-page bill itself, it was clear that it was school choice was going to be probably the most controversial part, and that's the thing that everybody's talking about. And then you have the teacher pay raises and maybe some of the other elements of it, you know, literacy, pre-K, things like that were talked about before, that a lot of people can get behind. Of course, there's, you know, political reasons for everything, but I wasn't necessarily surprised, but it has been, you know, really interesting, I would say, to get to cover this part of Arkansas history.
Yeah.
Everyone's concerned about it, you know?
Yeah, and it has been historical. So we still have criminal justice reform, we still have tax cuts, we still have that balanced budget that I talked about. Is there anything else that y'all are watching for in the weeks to come?
There's always something that can pop up, I guess. Now that we got kind of past the big part, which was Arkansas LEARNS, I guess now people are sort of tying up loose ends. You talked about, you know, with criminal justice and taxes, those are going to be, you know, two things that we're really going to have to watch for, because those are kind of the last big 1-2 punch, I would say, before we get out of here. And, you know, yesterday the governor said, you know, she's willing to go past, you know, early next month to get all these things done, but she hopes to be done. Yeah, I know a lot of people probably.
They're going past early next month. I got news for everybody on that front there. What about you? What are you watching?
I would say the same thing. Definitely criminal justice, prison reform, stuff like that. There have also been, I've noticed a lot of transgender type bills in the legislature right now that I think there's still a few left that we're looking at, so that's been interesting too.
I want to compliment you. You got an interview with Representative Jim Wooten this past week that got a lot of buzz. He basically said that he thinks that a lot of legislators in the Republican are either trying to kiss up to the governor or or they're scared of her. Yeah. And I think it's important to get some of the stuff that's going on back there. I just wanted to compliment you on that. And Andrew, you are going to Baton Rouge in a couple weeks. Congratulations.
I
You're getting a promotion there. But you're an Arkansas guy, born in Arkansas, went to the University of Arkansas. I got a clip that we're going to pull up here that I want you to take to Louisiana with you. All right, Lindsay, our super producer, let's play that clip.
Coach, you come into Baton Rouge and you knock off the #1 team in the country. How did you do it tonight?
I don't know. I tell you what, I know this. Got a lot of guys with some big hearts. All I know is for 3 hours. For 3 hours or however long, maybe 4 hours, we're the best team in the country today. And it's offense, defense, and special teams. It's some guys like Darren McFadden, baby. I love you. What an effort. Y'all better put him in the Heisman. You better put him up there. I'm tired of him being number 3 and number 4.
We got that wood right here, baby.
Somebody better look at this guy. He's the best football player in the country, and his name's not being mentioned. Lou Holtz, Mark May, number 5. You better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
Got that wood right here.
Darren, did you win this one for your coach?
It was just a great feeling to come out here playing the #1 team in the nation. You know, our coach, you know, he's been through some ups and downs this whole season, you know, and it's just a great feeling to win for him. I got that wood, and that's how you pronounce it. It ain't Arkan, it's Arkansas, baby.
Man, I wish I had a bat with me.
I expect you to straighten them out down in Baton Rouge with that clip every time you're on the air and Arkansas is playing LSU in anything.
I'm going to have to. That was 2007. You know, they've had a little bit of success down there since then, unfortunately, but I'm going to have to fake it. I'm going to have to pretend a little bit.
You're going to be their worst nightmare. You're the biggest Hawk fan I've ever met. How do you put him in Louisiana?
I can tell you exactly where I was when that happened. I can tell you I was with my dad. It was 2007. We were watching that game, and I remember, this is a true story. When we beat them down there, we got the interception in the third overtime. I literally fell to my knees. I was like, thank you, God, for us winning this.
You're the most dramatic and expressive sportsman I have literally ever seen.
He had that wood right here. I don't have a bat to give you, but you'll have to find one before you go. So.
For some reason, I was looking under the desk. Like, is there a hidden
There's
bat?
probably not.
There was
got
probably
a
not.
KARK Box 16 bat for you.
Samantha, Andrew, thank you so much for being here. Look forward to watching your coverage in the weeks to come, and I'm going to give you a couple more weeks to continue to produce.
We'll see.
All right.
Thanks
Thank
for
y'all so
having
much.
us.
Thanks, man.
All right. We're back with more right after this.